Hi, I'm Harry Lyons. I'm a director of the Resource Conservation District, the Lake County Resource Conservation District, and past president of that organization. The Resource Conservation District is the special district of the state of California, and it is the child of the soil conservation districts, which were set up in the Dust Bowl era. So it has a very strong history. And it is a non-regulatory government body that concerns itself with long-term sustainable conservation and stewardship of natural resources. So we're not preservationists, we're conservationists, and so we're interested in the wise use and sustained use of resources. Currently, we work on soil conservation, water conservation. We help the county with its climate mitigation schemes, and we have at times acted as administrative assistants for other organizations that require some financial management. But the heart of it is agriculture and natural resources, forests, and working lands in the county of Lake. Included in our efforts at forest stewardship is fire resilience from wildfires. And that has been a big emphasis for all resource conservation districts in the state. And the Defensible Space Program is a part of the public resource conservation legislation in the state of California. Defensible space involves clearing out, particularly in around 100 feet from a house. And the state is so interested in this that there's a statute that suggests how this should be done. And so the CAL FIRE, which is the California State Forestry and Fire Resiliency Department in the state, supplies funds. And in this particular program, they supplied $4 million to the California Fire Safe Council. And that Fire Safe Council, as a nonprofit, distributed that money to some 8 counties. Those with the least economic development. In other words, the money went to poor counties and to resource conservation districts like ours, and also to fire safe councils, which are nonprofit organizations. So they took this $4 million, sent it to 8 counties, including Lake County, so we each expected about $500,000 for what? For clearing out around homes owned by elderly or disabled people who either didn't have the money or didn't have the physical ability to be able to clear out 100 feet in this critical zone. That's the idea of defensible space. So anybody can qualify for this program, but the target is disabled and people who are disabled or don't have money to accomplish this on their own or to hire a contractor. And for the most part, we hit that target, about 90%. 10% of people that qualified and had the ability to apply appropriately. The nature of natural resource work in the state of California is one of uncertainty in funding. So instead of $500,000, well, we ended up getting about half of that because of the budget deficit in the state. But we managed to spend that money to employ local contractors to accomplish this work. So the bad news about this Defensible Space Program is it expires in December 31st, 2024. The good news is that because of this grant, we have a turnkey operation. We have contractors, we have contractors with the right equipment, we have the software and to reach out to people. So we've got a program ready to go, and should the county, the state, or private enterprises like PG&E or other utilities care to fund something like this, we're ready to go. We have the people. And very often that's an important aspect of conservation work, having a turnkey program. You're ready to go. There are 4 local contractors, R2 and Company, which is a licensed timber operator, Lake County Landscaping, LKO Land Management, and Oliveras Landscaping. So these are all local people. This is an essential element of this program, is that the money to contractors stays in the county. Our people involved on our end from the Resource Conservation District are Forester Kevin Soland, the coordinator of our Fire Safe Council, Lori Hutchison, and then our botanist, Larry Ray. So these 3 people have been involved in setting things up for us. There is always, with these projects, a possibility of other funding. So one of the sources of funds was from Jessica Peiska, who is a supervisor. She had discretionary funds from the county to be spent in District 5. So there was $20,000 to get us going on this from Jessica. It was used later in the program, but it was funding for us to keep going on the project. I wanted to say that everybody from the RCD, the county, and the contractors, it is not unusual for them to do the work with no immediate promise of reimbursement. So it very often happens in resource conservation work that you do the work and then you await funding to be delivered from the state or the federal government, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of patience in the financing in these operations. Because our emphasis on fire safety, on resiliency, is not going to go away. It's a very strong effort by the governor and everybody on down to make the state more resilient.